Hi, Faizan here with another story, The Wise Farmer of Willow Creek. Willow Creek was a peaceful village. The people there were kind, they helped each other. Mr. Subraman was a farmer in Willow Creek. He was a wise man, he worked hard in his fields. Mr. Subraman grew the best vegetables, everyone liked to buy his vegetables. They were fresh and tasty. Mr. Subraman was happy with his life. He had enough to eat, he had a nice house, he was kind to everyone. The villagers respected him. They often came to him for advice. Mr. Subraman was a good listener, he always helped people. He believed in honesty and fairness. He taught these values to his children. Mr. Subraman was a true gem of Willow Creek. Market Town was a bustling place. People came from all over to buy and sell. There were many shops and stalls. Mr. Veer was a merchant in Market Town. He had a big shop. He sold many things. Mr. Veer was a greedy man. He always wanted more money. He would often cheat people. He sold them things at high prices. Sometimes, he even sold them things they did not need. Mr. Veer was not well liked. People knew he was dishonest. Still, they came to his shop. He had what they needed. Mr. Veer cared little for fairness. He only cared about his profits. He was a stark contrast to the honest people of Willow Creek. One bright and sunny day, Mr. Subraman decided to go to Market Town. He had a large variety of fresh vegetables to sell. He was determined to get a good price for them. He made his way to Mr. Veer's shop, a well-known place in the market. Mr. Veer carefully examined the vegetables. They were of excellent quality. He realized he could sell them for a significant profit. Mr. Veer decided to offer Mr. Subraman a deal. He proposed to buy all of Mr. Subraman's vegetables. He assured Mr. Subraman that he would pay a fair price. Mr. Subraman was hesitant. He had heard rumors about Mr. Veer's greed and dishonesty. But Mr. Veer was very persuasive and seemed sincere. He extended his hand and Mr. Subraman shook it. Mr. Veer promised once again to be fair in his dealings. Mr. Subraman, putting his trust in the handshake, agreed to the deal. He felt hopeful. He thought about how he could finally buy a new plow and improve his farm. Mr. Subraman went back to Willow Creek. He was happy and content, believing that his hard work had finally paid off. He waited eagerly for Mr. Veer to pay him. A few days passed, and he remained hopeful. But Mr. Veer did not come. The road remained empty, and Mr. Subraman began to worry. Determined to get what he was owed, Mr. Subraman went back to Market Town. He went straight to Mr. Veer's shop, hoping to resolve the issue. He asked for his money, but Mr. Veer just laughed, dismissing his request. Eventually, Mr. Veer handed him a bag of coins, but with a smirk on his face. Mr. Subraman counted the coins carefully. His heart sank as he realized it was much less than what they had agreed upon. He was shocked and felt betrayed. Mr. Subraman had been cheated. Mr. Veer had taken advantage of his trust and hard work. Mr. Subraman felt a deep pang of sadness and regret. He had trusted Mr. Veer completely and now realized his mistake. Mr. Veer had no intention of being fair or honest from the beginning. He had tricked Mr. Subraman, exploiting his good nature. But Mr. Subraman was not one to give up easily. He was determined to set things right and reclaim what was rightfully his. Standing up for fairness. Mr. Subraman was angry. He confronted Mr. Veer, his face flushed with frustration and determination. He told him he was dishonest, pointing an accusing finger at him. He demanded the right amount, insisting on fairness. Mr. Veer just scoffed, dismissing his claims. He told Mr. Subraman to leave, waving him off dismissively. He said he had made a good deal, a smug smile on his face. He would not pay more, standing firm in his decision. Mr. Subraman went to the market square, his steps filled with purpose. He told everyone about Mr. Veer's deceit, his voice echoing with urgency. He told them how Mr. Veer had cheated him. The people were shocked, their faces reflecting disbelief. They knew Mr. Subraman was an honest man. They believed his story, their trust unwavering. They were angry at Mr. Veer, their anger palpable. They decided to boycott his shop, leaving in protest. No one would buy from him. Mr. Veer was worried. He was losing business rapidly. He realized his mistake. He had been too greedy, and now he was paying the price. He went to Mr. Subraman and apologized sincerely, his voice filled with regret. He promised to pay the right amount. Mr. Subraman forgave him, nodding in acceptance. He knew everyone deserved a second chance, his smile kind and understanding. Mr. Veer learned a valuable lesson that day. His expression enlightened. He learned that trust and fairness are important, contemplating deeply. He realized that honesty is always the best policy, his resolve firm. From that day on, Mr. Veer changed his ways, interacting fairly with his customers. He became a fair and honest merchant, his business thriving with satisfied customers. Moral of the story: greed and dishonesty may bring short-term gains, but it is trust, fairness, and hard work that lead to lasting success and respect. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring videos.